How tough is it to be a family guy and do all the traveling you're having to do?
Hardest part you have.
Yeah.
You get to the end of the driveway, you already miss your kids. It's always that way. And for me, I split with my kids' mom, so I don't get to spend a lot of time with them. Right. So when I'm gone for long periods of time. And it's the hardest part is when you have your boy, because I just came back and I spent about 2 weeks in Bend, and then I was coming back down here to finish up paperwork and get the house hopefully going through and settled and all that. And I'm getting ready to leave, and I'm telling my boy I'm going to be gone like 3 weeks. And he's like, wait, he's 6. And he's like, 3 weeks? I thought you were only going to be gone a week. And you can see how upset he is. Yeah. And so, I haven't even left the house, and you're already starting to miss him. So, yeah, with family, I'd say that's the hardest thing. Absolutely.
And moving forward, I mean, how much longer do you want to race? I mean, you're still at a high level.
As long as I can.
Yeah, you love it.
Absolutely, as long as I can. I love it, and there's nothing else I want to do. There's nothing else where I see like, oh man, that would be great to go do that over cycling.
Sure.
I don't see it. It just doesn't. There's certainly moments that you don't want to be a bike racer, but they're far and few in between. So for the moment, and I'm realistic to know that you're not going to move into some other world and all of a sudden find the golden brick road or something like that. It just doesn't. A lot of people are really looking. Maybe they're not happy or semi-happy in their life, and they think, oh, if they change over to something else, it'll be something better. But I don't really think it gets better. You make more money or do whatever, but I remember when I was broke and first started riding, and you're living off of $20 a week to find some food and stuff like that, and I was just happy then as I am now.
At this point, when you've been in cycling a long time, and cycling is trying so hard now to clean up its act.
Absolutely, it's trying really hard.
Really hard.
Yep.
Do you feel optimistic? Do you feel that they're heading in the right direction?
I already know they're heading in the right direction.
Good.
I can see it. I can see it in the speeds of the group. I can see it in the riders. You can see it directly in their drug testing results and the blood results that you see. Because what happens with the UCI comes to certain races, and they do a blood check on everybody. And so you're sitting in a team bus just before the race starts, and you see the results of everybody, and you see all those numbers, and you know what's in a more natural range versus an unnatural range. And so I can see the changes, and you can see the changes every day in the speeds of the races.
Was it frustrating for you at some points?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
When
you're younger, absolutely frustrating to deal with it. To deal with it, and then know to take it or not take it or something like that was absolutely always a frustrating thing. And you realistically, when I left Française des Jeux, had a lot of reason why I left Française des Jeux to come back to the States too.
And so there was points where people approached you about potentially.
No, not so much. Not so much that, but you just knew what was going on. Yeah. I mean, you knew what going on, or you at least had a very educated guess, very well educated guess, and some facts, but very well educated guess on what more or less was happening. And for me, I didn't have the whole spectrum of these riders doing this or that. You just guess or whatever, but you have
look at performances and go,
exactly. You have an educated guess, and I think I'm very educated in this sport.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it is done. For me personally, I would really like to see just to where, like you see Germany, where they just are like, oh, we're not going to do cycling anymore. It's like, wait a minute, we're doing everything we can here to make it better, and you guys want to leave.
We want you back.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Best race you've ever had?
15th in the Tour ranks up there. Yeah. Absolutely. I always say one of the best days of racing, and one of my most personal prize wins was the Olympic trials in '96. It was a bit of a shocker even for me. I knew what my form was like then, but I was racing against a whole team of Motorola riders that you hadn't raced that year, and so it was really the opener of going, ooh, I can race at the big time. When you can beat these guys and they're racing in Europe and beat them the way I won, then I knew then that I was capable of going to Europe.
So did you do the Olympics?
No, it's been a sour thing. Maybe a more politics involved or something like that more than anything else. But certainly in '96 I should have been on the Olympic team.
Yeah.
Certainly without any doubt. This year I should have been in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And I would say even one or two other Olympics too. But
it's a coach's selection type of thing.
This year was coach's selection. Yeah.
That's always tough.
Yeah, that was tough. So it was a hard thing to handle this year, more than the other years. The other years, Armstrong was racing, you can understand why they would pick the team the way they did, because as a teammate, you want your team in there because you know you're 100% that they're going to back you. That's what they're paid to do,
sure.
And that's what they do day in and day out all year. And so that made sense to me of why they wouldn't pick me in years past. But this year, without Lance being there, with Levi realistically being the leader on the team, him being my teammate, me being the rider I am, and also deserving the spot because I honestly believe I was 4th, 5th top best guy in the States. Certainly not 6th or 7th, and they took 5 guys, and I wasn't one of them. So it's a little bit harder to swallow this year than it has been in Olympics past.
Hey, you've got England coming up. Come on, 2012.
Well, I was born in Japan, so I'm actually thinking maybe I just switched nationalities on the passport or something like that.
That is great. How about a big round of applause for Chris? Taking the time. Chris, thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That was really fun.